sweet friend, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am really excited to share with you today something a little bit different, how I create my graphics and quotes for my Instagram, for my devotionals, for YouTube videos, you name it. So I'm going to be taking you through the process of me creating a graphic quote for a devotional. After getting out my Bible and my notepad and getting the vision for what I want to create, after drafting it, I look at my Instagram feed. It sounds silly, but I want to see what colors work best for the next devotional. You'll see that I created a new document in the app Procreate. I did a square because that's how I like doing a lot of my graphics, and I chose my background color, which is that light blue color, and I begin to start my sketch. You'll have to forgive me. I noticed when editing that some of the parts of the video were quite shaky because my tripod was set up on the same table that I was creating on. So I apologize, but I hope that this is fun enough for you to forget about that. So you'll see that right now I'm creating a pill shape with a light white color. I'm messing around to make a concept of almost a medicine bottle or a pill bottle, because as you will see soon, we are doing a devotional about Jesus being the cure to something. At this point in creating, it's a lot of trial and error for me. Again, I'm still trying to figure out this whole art thing, but I try different colors, I try different shapes. A lot of it changes, but you'll see I mess around with the size of the brush. You'll see on the left-hand side that I have the brush size and also the opacity, so you can edit that as you go along. And I'm just making little tweaks to this art piece. Something else that you'll notice me doing a lot is clicking up there at the top and creating different layers. The thing about Procreate, which is so helpful, is when you create different layers, you can edit and change and move different elements without destroying the whole project. I mess around with different colors and see what looks best. You guys will notice that I change a lot of these elements towards the end when things come together. That's just all part of the process. So now you'll see me going up to those top two squares, creating a new layer because I'm going to be starting the lettering quote part of the graphic. You'll see that I mess around for a long time to figure out what color I want. Again, I didn't have a specific color palette in mind. I tend to gravitate towards pinks, mauves, light blues. That's kind of my color scheme that goes with my brand. So I like to stick to those colors, but you'll see me messing around with different brushes, different styles, different sizes. So you guys wanted to come alongside and see the real raw footage, and this is me really messing around for a long time figuring out what brush and color and everything and style that I wanted. So I mess around like this for a little bit, but don't worry, we're gonna get into the final product soon. But if you would like to see some of my favorite brushes or hear more about my favorite tools for Procreate, all that kind of stuff, let me know in the comments below and we could definitely do a video like that. I finally figured out what color, what brush, and what style I wanted to go with, so that's what you're seeing right here, the final rest. After creating a new layer just to make things easier, I start lettering the rest of the quote in a little bit of a more cursive style with the same brush and color. you'll see in this process that I create different layers and I move around a lot of different things and resize them. The reason why I do that, it's not super necessary, but the reason why I create different layers is to make sure that I can move things around and resize easier. This was the point in creating that I had finished all of the lettering, so now I'm going back to adjust the little details like the color. So a cool thing that I learned was to turn on the feature called Alpha Lock on a certain layer, and what that is doing is it allows me to draw over and shade over things that I only want it to shade over. So for example, if I select the rest word, I can change the color of each individual letter by just simply drawing over it. So you'll see that I went back to my color wheel and I decided to start from scratch. I'm choosing different blue colors, again with the Alpha Lock on, and coloring over the individual letters just to give this a different look. So you can still see the word rest, but each letter has a different color just for a more added creative effect. So I switched us to hyper speed in this section because I'm really only just tweaking the sizes and moving the letters and phrases around just to give it more of a uniform look. I didn't like how the quote was sitting before. So again, I'm doing my fun little Alpha Lock trick, which if you guys have an iPad and you have Procreate, I would definitely encourage you to try this little trick. I think it's so fun and so easy. I also added it to the word stress, and I'm doing the same color pattern, same colors, everything as rest. You'll see that I'm following the same color and the same pattern as the word above it. I decided I wanted to add an exclamation point at the end of the sentence, so I just went in, chose my color I wanted, and traced out a more bubbly exclamation point. And you guys, I find a lot of my inspiration from other creators, but there's a fine line between drawing inspiration and then straight up copying. So I would really encourage you, if you're a digital creator or any kind of creator or business gal, I would encourage you to first and foremost find your inspiration from God, but also look to other people just for encouragement and inspiration, but not to copy. So we kind of jumped quickly, but I decided I didn't like the color of the words "the cure" in the pill bottle, so I am changing the colors and kind of messing around. I first tried to see if I liked it with blue and rewrote it, but I didn't like the look of the blue, as you will see. When in doubt, always go with a good old black with a nice brush. I felt that the orange, the black, the white, and the blue went pretty well together. One of the last elements that you'll see me adding in a new layer is a white arrow, and this just stands to add more emphasis and a little bit more cuteness to a piece. Well, hello, I zoomed you guys in quite a bit because I felt like I wanted to give you more of a picture towards the end, but I am just adding final little touches, just a few little tick marks, again to add emphasis. At the end of each piece, you'll see me take my 2 fingers right here and I will be flipping all of the words together that I want to create one element. This is an awesome way to add all the layers into one group so you can move it together. You see how all of my lettering moves at the same time? It's a good way to recenter and resize something that you want to be stuck together. The same thing with the pill shape, again, resizing that and making sure that all of my layers are in place. The final touch is to add some text. I haven't found a good way to do this yet, but this works for me. Is to add my Instagram handle and add that to the bottom so that people know it's my artwork, and it's a good little watermark to leave there. And after the watermark is done, you guys, that is the graphic. You guys came along with me. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know if you want to see any other videos like this. Love you guys.